for tuning in. I hope you've been tuning in for the past couple of episodes. And today, we have an awesome show for you. You are going to see some spooky magic. You're going to see some magic with hardware. You're going to see some robots and meet the guy who made the robots and even learn a really weird thing with a piece of paper. So let's get started right now. To start off, I do want to show you some magic. And maybe the oldest magic trick in the world almost is making a coin disappear. So I am actually going to share with you exactly how to make a coin disappear. Check it out. That's it. Oh, I'm saying someone says there's no sound. Okay. Anyways, so today's show is brought to you by the word sea anemone. Sea anemone is a noun. It's a sedentary marine. Blah 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 blah. I don't know what that means. But it's also Nemo's house. If you watch Finding Nemo, that's where Nemo lives. And if you don't know what is there sound? Okay, we'll pause for a second. If there is sound, please comment. If there is not sound, please comment. People are saying that there is. Okay, great. So a sea anemone looks like this. Thank you, Katie. Okay, Patty Young, you need to turn your volume on. So a sea anemone looks like this. It's kind of like an underwater flower, and it is related to the coral and related to jellyfish, and it does sting. And what I actually think is really interesting is that clownfish actually live in sea anemones. I learned that the other day. So because of that, the use it in a sentence section is, since Nemo is staying home in his sea anemone, he's tuning in to Forever Young episode 3. So thank you guys for tuning in to episode 3 as well. I appreciate it. And we are actually doing a contest this week. I've been having a lot of fun making this show, and I would love for more people to watch it. And so we're going to do a little contest to trick people into watching the show. If there should be a little share button underneath this video. If you hit the share button, share this video, this episode with your Facebook peeps. If you share it, you'll be entered to win. And on Monday, I'm going to do a drawing. Now, what is the prize? I'm not going to tell you just yet. I will tell you later on in the show. And speaking of amazing people, amazing peeps, I'm so excited to share our special guest with you today. Mario the Maker Magician is a magician in New York. He performs all over the country when life is normal, and he combines slapstick and comedy, lots of audience interaction. He's got amazing energy and amazing positivity, and he also has robots that he has built and are in his show. It's amazing. And before I actually introduce him, I want to show you a little sneak peek of what his show looks like. Oh, wrong button. Hold on. Where'd it go? There we go. Check it out.
Say hi, Marcel. Hi, Marcel. Marcel.
Technology's awesome. There we go. Hello.
Ah! What's up?
How long? I'm so sorry that you had to wait with that gag for so long.
Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Hey,
Oh,
man.
that was fantastic. Well, thank you for being on the show. What's up? Are you awake? Oh, I guess it's lunchtime over there, so you're definitely awake.
It is. I am awake. What you just heard, I used to have a live drummer at my show, and now I have no money, so I built a robotic drummer. You see, there it is here. So I can give drum rolls when I need them. So I say,
look at that.
Please. There it goes.
Oh my God, that is fantastic.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
And that's the show, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm still working on it. It doesn't stop when it's supposed to. But anyway, it's great to see you, Ben, and it means a lot that you're having me on here today on your show.
Well, I'm trying to help the up-and-comers, you know?
This is great.
No, you're like, I love what you do so much. I don't even know where to start. But you've been like, we can start with virtual shows because most of the stuff that you do is live and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But you have been adapting and doing some virtual shows. How is that going? Is it kind of, what is that?
It's a meatball. Oh no! No, but seriously, it's been going good. I'm just eating lunch. It's lunchtime here. There we go. Some spaghetti. There we go. Perfect. Yes, spaghetti and meatballs. Don't mind me. I'm just having fun. But no,
So this is basically how the virtual shows are going.
The virtual shows? Yeah, it was a hard transition. Honestly,
yeah.
On a serious note.
Oh yeah.
We were on a winter tour. If you took a marker and the map of the U.S. and drew a circle, that's what we did with our family for 2.5 months. We circled the country doing theater shows for 2.5 months. We come back home, and within 2 days, we lost 3 months of work. Just zapped, And so you can imagine, just like everyone else, and I know you too. It was a big shock, and but thank goodness we are being flexible, and we got some great opportunities. We're working with Make Magazine, Make Community, and I'm running their, I'm emceeing their Family Maker Camp, and it's every Wednesday and Friday. And it's been super cool to be part of such a great team where we inspire kids while we're all doing the homeschool,
Right.
And what's cool is that Katie and I have been homeschooling for 2 years now, a 1.5 years. And so it's just been fun to share our experiences and how to transition, And so it's been an exciting adventure.
Yeah. Well, and you guys are so creative and you're always coming up with new things and interesting things. One of the, in the first days of kind of the quarantine for most people, you guys did a live dance party, which was, I mean, maybe my favorite 30 minutes of my life. Almost. I was actually watching it. My girlfriend and I were sitting on the couch and she's playing video games and I'm watching this thing, and your kids, Gigi and Bear, are dancing like monsters.
Yeah, that's my kids. It's perfect.
It was fantastic. If people are watching, you should definitely follow Mario. You can follow him right there. You should follow him and find that video because I assume it's still up.
Yeah, it's somewhere buried, right?
It's somewhere buried because you've been doing live a lot. But you should look back and find the dance party because Mario took requests for what the songs were going to be about, and it was just it was about turtles going and buying ice cream and it was
hippopotamuses with mustaches. The kids,
it was amazing. It was just I was losing it. It was fantastic.
Well, thanks, Ben. It was so much fun, and you know what? That's it. I'm glad you saw that because I think that's the attitude we need to all have right now.
Oh yeah,
just literally be kids again. Be at home, all cook together, all play together. And as tough as this all has been, my wife was sick. She got really sick for 1.5 weeks, and she just started getting better the past 2 days. And you just appreciate what you have,
Yeah.
And when things go sour, you realize it. Maybe it's just one of those things on the planet right now where we need to just showcase that gratitude in a deeper way where you know what? The small things are the big things in life, right?
Yeah.
And, So yeah, but thanks, man. I love that you watched, dude. It was
Dude,
fun.
it was so much. It was so much fun. I think I actually gave some suggestions for songs, and I don't think they made it. But
Oh, really?
if I
Well,
actually if I had thought about that, I would have made
you
you
guys,
do it
yeah,
right here. I've been like,
yeah.
here's what I wanted, and you can do it on my show.
Listen,
But
I got my guitar handy. You just never know. You never know.
we'll do like an encore sometime. That'll be amazing. So you showed off one of your little robot contraptions. Do you want to show? Do you have any other robots handy?
Yeah.
Do you
So
want to show?
I've
Do
been
you want me
working
to,
with a
you
bunch
want
of
me to make your screen big so you can kind of show off the whole thing?
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm really proud of this. This is a robot side table that I built years ago. And what it does is that you can ask yes or no questions and it'll answer by saying yes or no. So, and what's crazy is that it's always random. So I let the robot decide. So, for example, if you have a question to ask the robot, a yes or no question, it will respond with a visual yes or no. So I'll wait a second if anyone comments a question. If not, maybe Ben has a yes or no question, or I will answer, or I will ask a question. For example, I can say, Mr. Table, are you happy to be on Ben's amazing show? Oh, he stuck his tongue out. I don't know what that means.
Is that a yes or a no?
Excitement. I think that's excitement. Oh, here's the question, Mr. Table. Mr. Table, do you like meatballs? I think that's a yes.
That was a yes.
Yeah, he likes meatballs.
But he doesn't like the show.
No, I don't know. I think that was like a silly. Do you like the show that we're on right now? Yes, that's a yes. Definite yes. Yeah. So what's real fun is that I'm using visual cues by colors that we associate yes and no with. So green associating with yes, red associating with no, and then I have these eyebrows that will react. And I'm really proud of this. I can show you up close if you want to see. Is you can see all the electronics on the back here. And I have an Arduino, and I have a motor shield, so all the motors can plug in safely. And I even have on the other side here a school bell that will ring like a little old-fashioned bell for the yes.
Wow.
And if you open his drawer, you can see his tongue is in there. And this is all 3D printed. And for kids that are excited about 3D design, 3D printing, I always suggest Tinkercad. Right, Mr. Table? Tinkercad is cool. Oh, there he goes. He's sticking his tongue out again. Yeah, so like, Tinkercad.com is free. Kids and families could go on today on Tinkercad.com and check out how to 3D design. You can sign up for free. And also, I hate to be this person, but I want to plug this in. This is important. Is Family Maker Camp is really awesome.
Yeah, plug it.
Yeah, so makercamp.com. If parents go on right now, makercamp.com, you can sign your kids up, and there's a playbook with how to build toys and gadgets with everyday objects that are at home, and then I'll be mixing magic throughout the week with that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and what's so great, I mean, you make all of your props in your show, and you're super encouraging of people to, even kids to get into like, do-it-yourself robotics and programming and 3D printing and all the stuff that I don't understand. I'm over here like I do card tricks and whatever, and it's so crazy. So here's a question, because maybe people don't realize this, but as magicians, things can go wrong in our shows. If you're doing a card trick, it's usually a little bit simpler. Maybe you lose track of the card that you were supposed to keep track of, and there's ways to get around it. But I feel like with a bunch of robotics in your show, there's things that go wrong, and I would just wonder, you don't have to get all magic-y about it, but I wonder, like, how do you go about recovering when something goes awry?
That's a really great question, Ben. So, for example, say I have Mr. Table and I'm like doing it in my show and I forgot to turn the switch on, and I'll be like, Mr. Table, are you excited about the magic? And like I'm pressing buttons and nothing's reacting. What do I do? So this is a natural thing for me as a performer, who I am as a performer, and how do I overcome the obstacle of failing?
Well, right, because you have to do it in character as well.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, okay, hold on, time out, people. Like, you have to.
It's true. And I think the important thing, like you said, character, Ben, is that the more the character is authentic to who you actually are off stage,
Right.
I feel like the stronger you shine as a person. So for example, the table doesn't work. What do? I go, oh man, maybe it's my glasses. Let me get my glasses on. Oh, ow. Oh my goodness, my eyeball. Oh my. Okay. So I'll transition into a gag or something. And the truth is, Ben, you bring a very good point. And we were talking about this with Family Maker Camp, how important it is to fail,
Oh, yeah.
And we have such a negative definition in our culture with the word fail. And we should look at failure as information rather than something that makes us not as good, And if we look at failure as information, we document it and we make it better. Those are the steps to becoming successful in anything, is failure, And the sooner we strip away our ego and run into that field and just like rock out, and no matter how much we fail, we keep pushing. And that's something I'm saying to myself more than anybody, is like,
of course.
Like even me with the silly fork and meatball thing, I don't know. I just threw it together. Like, so now I realized I tied the knot wrong on one of the string part. And so I'll fix the trick and we'll do it again tomorrow,
So because you have certain pieces in your show that are, they're big routines, like Marcel, the monkey, and Mr. Lamp. And I mean, what happens if they screw up, at the beginning of the routine or the middle? I mean, do you just have to move on and that's it? Do you have backup plans or?
That's a great question. Yeah. So I remember doing Cadabra. It's a big convention for performers who specialize with children. And it was my first time debuting who I am as a person, character. And there was a gala event at night where everybody comes in and we all have to do 10-minute set on this big stage. And I go to plug in Marcel and I knew it wasn't going to work the second I turned the switch on because the ground wire just snapped. So without the ground wire connected to the circuit, that means the robot's not going to work. And my heart sunk, Ben. I mean, it sunk deep. And like all my confidence got zapped out of me. I took a deep breath and I grabbed my linking rings. And I did Whit Hayden's 4-ring routine. And so what am I trying to say is that you have to just, if you're too afraid to mess up, you're too afraid to get better. Okay? And I try to say that to me all the time. If you're too afraid to mess up, you're too afraid to get better. So I did the ring routine. It wasn't great. I heard people whispering like, gosh, nice robot monkey, like all that junk. But you know what? 6 months later, I do another convention and it went so awesome. And you just push forward, and I soldered the wire. And what am I trying to say, Ben, is that most of the time it's the human error, not the electronics error. So when everything's connected right, the electronics are so dependable. The Arduino works every time I power it. It's my fault if I packaged it wrong between shows and there's a wire sticking out or if I didn't hot glue it. So yeah, it does look risky, and it's a great question. And that's how I deal with failure. Yeah.
That's awesome. So we're going to pick back up in a minute, but it's time for a quick commercial break. If you are wanting to learn magic, you can go to my website, benyounglive.com, and you can actually learn magic. You can learn a free trick right now. And there's also, there's downloadable products, there's physical products, and even online magic classes. So since a lot of us are stuck at home right now, you can learn a new skill that you can do both now and when things go back to normal. And you can even do some stuff over video chat, kind of like Mario's been doing or trying.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. And Ben, you are such a great teacher and you're such a great performer. And it's just so exciting that like you're doing all that too, where you're giving to the community like that, an opportunity to learn and perform and rock a new life skill, So definitely check out the website.
And we're spending so much time like watching Netflix and stuff that, to learn something that you get to do with your hands is kind of great, to me, it's exciting. So you can go to my website. It's benyounglive.com. And there's a link up at the top that says Learn Magic if you want to delve into all that. So I've got a couple like quicker fire questions for you, Mario.
Okay, awesome.
So one, what have been your quarantine eats? I love food. And so I want to know, have you been eating exciting things? Or are you down to just the rice and beans? I know you're Italian. So, I mean, you should be like cooking up some good stuff.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I'll tell you what, I will be honest with you. I'm terrible at cooking. I can only make like one or two things. Katie got sick, and I had to cook 3 meals a day. And then, takeout is very tough because a lot of restaurants are closed.
Right.
But I learned so much. And so right now, I'm totally at breakfast time. I do peekaboo eggs with the kids. So I take a piece of bread, I rip a hole in the center, I butter up the pan and fry an egg in there. So we do peekaboo eggs.
Wait,
And,
is that like is that egg in a basket or egg in the hole? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I saw it at a diner once and I just loved it. So we've been making those, and I'm teaching my daughter how to fry an egg too. So
nice.
She's been doing it with me every morning. And we eat a lot of pasta. We have homemade sauce. So we have like 30 jars that we do once a year with my grandparents. So we jar our own tomato sauce. And now I'm super grateful that we have that in our closet,
Yeah, no kidding.
So there's a big difference when you make your own tomato sauce than when you buy a canned sauce, So we love doing that. And then the last thing I'll say, Ben, is that we're learning how to make miso soup and Japanese ramen because my son Bear is obsessed with Japanese food. And so we've been doing a lot of that learning. The first time I made miso soup, and my son took a sip, and he's going to be mad that I'm saying this, but he took a sip and he's like, Dada, this has 0 flavor.
And he's how old?
He's 5. And then I was like, okay, all right, let's try it again. And then I took it real serious the next day, and then he gave me the thumbs up. When it's really good, he does the double thumbs up. Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right, so let's see. Next question. Oh, so do you know who Tim Ferriss is? Do you know Tim Ferriss?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I stole a question from him. So
nice.
My mom says you're great.
Oh, Patty, you're awesome.
You finally made it.
You have an amazing son.
So I've stolen a question from the Tim Ferriss podcast, and that is, what is a purchase that you've made in the past 6 months or so under $100, $100 or less, that has like greatly impacted your life? And you're not allowed to say your Zoom membership.
What have I purchased over the last few weeks under $100? That's been real.
You're looking around. You're like, I bought this part and I put it on a robot.
I've been like digging up all my old robots that I never used, like the table and stuff like that. I did. What did I buy? Oh, do you want? Well, it was over $100, but it was like
we'll let it slide.
Here, 2020, the best purchase I ever bought. So I have a robot rabbit. Let me get it real quick.
Yeah, do it.
Let me get my robot rabbit. It's right here. So in my show, during my kids' show, instead of producing a regular rabbit, I take a hat or something like this, and then I can't do this. I'm not even going to bother here. I produce a rabbit robot. So he's right here, right?
Yeah.
And I love this robot because it's a symbol of traditional magic using a rabbit, but then it's an homage to what I love. And what I did was we got a designer to make a 10-foot inflatable robot rabbit.
Oh, I saw this on your Facebook.
Yes. So that was, I know it was under $100, but it was the best. I've been saving money to buy that for years, and we just got it, and we're super excited to bring it to theaters once everything opens up again. Yeah.
Oh, so what are you planning on doing with it?
Well, I'm thinking like two things, like doing like photo stuff in the front of the theater where it's like, what is this ridiculous robot-looking rabbit? Or possibly using it in the show somehow. Like,
that's awesome.
I don't know. Like, I would love to figure out a magical way. If there's any consulting magicians out there, that want to work for exposure. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm just going to throw it around. And honestly, it's more just for PR, like to have it in front of a theater. I thought it was fun. Like, I want to make of them,
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm inspired by artwork, and I'm inspired. People get so obsessed with art that they make bigger versions of what they do, and so it was an homage to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a good answer, even if it was more than $100.
Okay, good.
So, final question.
Yeah.
So the show is called Forever Young.
Yeah.
Which is it's kind of a mindset thing. Staying forever young is an attitude, and you're very good at this. So I wanted to ask, what is one thing you do to stay forever young? And I think I know the answer, but you answer first.
What is one thing I do to stay forever young? What do I do? I guess I love, you know, dancing and singing just makes
That's not what I
me.
thought you were gonna say. That's a
And
great answer.
right now in my life, this season with my kids, where they are at their age
Mhm.
now, picking up my guitar after letting it go for 10 years. I haven't played guitar in 10 years. I would have never thought like that silly dance party thing was going to be something people connect with. Music is such a powerful thing, especially being quarantined and all this stuff
Yeah.
where we're in home. But the truth is, in reality, when this is over, performing for kids and performing for families and watching kids laugh, you know, people
Mhm.
say, you know, like my purpose in life, why I breathe is to make kids laugh. That's it, you know? And if I concentrate on that little purpose, great things happen in my life. You know, the second I veer away from that, it's like things start falling apart. And I think it's important for all of us to define our lives by one single sentence, you know? And that's my thing, you know? And that keeps me young. As long as I focus on what that one little thing is I'm good at.
That's amazing. We should have charged admission for this show. This is the good one. So we're going to we actually have another commercial break, believe it or not,
Right.
because it is a free thing after all.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Video Chat Magic. This is one of the products that's on my little Ben Young web store. It is a digital downloadable product where you learn 12 simple and amazing tricks. They use items from around the house, so you don't have to go out and find all sort of weird stuff. It's regular objects, and they're tricks that you can perform both in person and long distance. So this is kind of cool because like, you know, we're video chatting right now and people are stuck at home, and you can perform these tricks for your family, and then when they get tired of those tricks, then you can FaceTime your friend across the city or across the country and do these tricks. You can read their minds over the screen or the camera, and you can make their cards that they're thinking of disappear. There's a lot of really cool stuff. So if you want to check it out. And the exciting thing is Video Chat Magic is part of the contest that I mentioned earlier. If you share this video, this stream, if you share it before Monday, then you'll be entered to win, and I'll pull someone out of a hat, a metaphorical hat, and whoever gets drawn will get Video Chat Magic for free. So share the video, because this is I'm so glad that I have you on here for the free. Yeah, my mom is really into you. So this is this is awesome.
Listen, you know what Ben is saying, I'm mirroring right back. Like all the people that are watching that know me, that are like family and friends, seriously, check Ben's page out. Check those video tutorials out, because his stuff is gold. That's why I went out of my way to like make sure that I'm on here. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm keeping you in your attic for a little while longer. So this is so embarrassing. So this is a segment called Artsy Fartsy, where Ben tries to do crafts. And you know, this is going to be really funny because you actually make things and you get to watch me try to make something. But it's kind of cool. If you want to do it, all you need is a piece of paper. This is actually half of a piece of regular computer paper. Nice. And then you need some scissors. And what it is, and Mario, you probably know this, but I'm going to cut a hole in this paper that is big enough that I can actually step through it with my entire body all the way through, which is, I know.
Mr. Table, did you just hear what Ben said? He's cutting a piece of paper where he can fit his whole body in there. What do you think about that? He's excited. He wants to know.
He's excited. So I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to put you down there. That way they can see a little bit more. There we go. So here's what you're going to do. And I'm going to go through this kind of quickly because it'll take forever. I have different versions as we go, but you'll see. So first, you need a piece of paper. I take a regular computer sheet of paper and I cut it in half. And then you are going to fold it hot dog style. Hot dog style, right? Then what you're going to do is take your scissors and you're going to cut some slits on the folded side, about half an inch or so from the edge and about half an inch from the top, like that. So you don't cut it all the way through. You stop. You're right about there, right? That. I'm not going to go through all the way because it'll take forever, but you go all the way down the line. You're going to end up with something that looks like this, with all these little slits in it. Again, they're about half an inch apart. They go up close to the top, but not all the way. Okay. Then you are going to turn it over, And on the non-folded side, you do the same thing. You put cuts in between the ones that you already made. All right. And when you do that, you're going to end up with something that kind of looks like this. It's starting to be a mess. Okay. And then this is the tricky part. So we're going to turn it down like this. You want to try to open it back up. So it's sort of like a normal piece of paper. There we go. And you don't want to cut the end little slits, but you want to cut the ones in the middle right down that seam. So you just cut through like this, like this, like this. So I missed one, like this, and like this. And when you do that, you end up with this kind of thing. And I don't know if this one will probably work, but this now has a hole big enough that you can step through it with your entire body. And I'm going to show you. You carefully open it up like this, and it kind of expands almost like an accordion kind of thing like this. And then you can just step all the way through it. I actually broke it as I did it because I wasn't being careful. That's why I have a backup right here. That's right. This is high quality television for all right here. All the way through. It's like, oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
That was great.
Oh, thank you. That's artsy fartsy for you. And now is a segment that I like to call Spotlight of Awesome. Yay! Where I highlight things that are awesome. And today, this awesome thing is none other than, I don't know, Mario, if you know about this. There's a game called Exploding Kittens. Have you heard of Exploding Kittens?
But I never played it.
So it's super fun. I'll make it big so people can see. Exploding Kittens, a card game for people who are into kittens and explosions and laser beams and sometimes goats. And what this is it is kind of like a combination of Russian roulette, Go Fish, and Uno.
That's
and
awesome.
The artwork on the cards is super, super cool. I've played it both with my girlfriend and families, and basically you're trying to not draw an exploding kitten card. And that's it. If you draw an exploding kitten card, you explode and you die, and that's it. And so the whole game is trying to not explode. And so you can steal cards from other players. You can take a peek at what cards are coming next. So you can see if you should draw or not. You can skip your turn. There's all sorts of fun stuff. It's fun for kids and adults. You can get it at Walmart, Target, whatever, anywhere that high quality card games are sold for families. But it's super fun. And that is the Spotlight of Awesome. You're so enthusiastic.
I'll give you a round of applause there. That's cool. I gotta pick that game out.
It's a super fun game. It's weird, but it's super fun. And let's see. Oh, right. So I guess I should do some magic. You know, you've been doing like a lot. You've been doing all the work. So
yeah, I'm sitting back. I'm watching. I'm excited. Mr. Table and I are totally gonna be watching.
So I have my little Mario. You know what we call it? This is a nerd mat right here. Little nerd mat. So I teased us at the beginning. We're going to do magic with hardware. And this is the hardware. We got little nuts, which, Mario, I'm sure you use often when you're making.
Yeah, nuts and bolts.
I do not. I have to go to Lowe's and ask them exactly what I need to find because I don't know. But it's a simple game. You can try to play along at home if you'd like. The idea is that 2 of them go into the hand and 1 goes into my pocket. And all you have to do is guess how many are in the hand. Now, there's going to be a delay, so people probably won't answer, but they're probably thinking 2.
2.
But it's actually 3. I know, I'm a wizard. We'll do it then. 2 go into the hand, 1 goes into the pocket. And then again, how many are in the hand?
2.
2. People say 2, but it's actually 3 again. It's a pattern. It's always 3. So if 2 go into the hand, 1 goes into the pocket. Now how many? No, I told you it's always 3. I screwed up. Actually, it's a bolt, right? A screw has the pointy end. It stabs me in the leg. But I learned that the hard way. Not the hardware, the hard way. But anyways, we'll take the bolt. The bolt goes into the hand. The 2 nuts go back into the pocket. But they actually travel back into my hand. Invisibly. Play along. Now they go up my sleeve, across my chest, down my other sleeve, and they actually end up on the bolt.
Oh, that is just awesome.
No robotics required.
That was
No
just
batteries. Yeah.
That was great.
There was a period of time where I was like, I should just be sponsored by Home Depot. But actually, that's probably you. So, Mario, we're actually at the end of the show.
Okay.
So you're like, great.
No. I wanted to show something before
Yes, of course.
the end. Is that cool?
Yeah. So, yeah. This is your time to plug whatever you want to plug, say whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do. And if you want me to change the camera stuff around,
No, I like this camera. I like
Okay.
it. So I'm going to show my handkerchief, and then I'm going to try, see if I can make. Oh, look at this. This is my robot bird that I made out of a pizza box and an Arduino. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that cool? I mean, my mom said this is a very sad-looking bird. She said it is kind of sad looking.
You know what? That's what birds look like in Las Vegas.
That's what they look like in Las Vegas. Oh my goodness! But you know what's cool is if I blow on it, it actually changes. Oh my goodness! What just happened here? But Ben Young show, this is crazy. Look at you. I even got Ben.
That's a real bird, people.
That's a real bird. You know what, Ben? Your reaction made my whole day. So that makes me so happy.
It's not fair because you were showing me the other thing at the beginning of the show, and you didn't tell me there was going to be a
I was really excited when you asked me to be on the show. I wanted to. That's what I thought of. I was like, I got to do something because I know you see a lot of magic, Ben. So I was like, I got to do something. So I hope that was.
Oh my God, that was fantastic! Yeah, the internet is going nuts right now. Oh my God,
thanks so much for having me.
Do you have anything else that you wanna? Do you have anything else you want to plug or anything? I'm gonna bring this little thing up so that people can.
Yeah.
They can. Oh, that's not it. Let's do that.
So what's the website like for people to check out your tutorials and stuff? Is it Ben Young?
It's right there. BenYoungLive.com.
Okay, well there you go.
Learn Magic, but there's a button up at the top that says Learn Magic. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can follow Mario. You can follow me. And remember, if you share this video, you'll be entered to win the Video Chat Magic download.
Awesome.
And we'll do the drawing on Monday. And yeah, do you have anything else that you want?
Yeah, I mean, before I go, I just wanted to say that like right now we're having a great time with Family Maker Camp and makercamp.com. There's a lot of great tutorials, and this is a great show, Ben, because we're plugging things for kids and families all around. Like we're both doing stuff to help elevate and educate kids in a non-traditional way, you know? So Family Maker Camp, tomorrow night, I will be on at 5 p.m. Eastern time with a bunch of robots and magic tricks. And I'm excited to tune in next time you're going on, and my kids will be checking out your site right after the show. So we're real
better.
We're excited. I don't know. But anyway, it means a lot. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Of course. Thank you, Mario. Let's see. Now, I do want to end the show. Thank you so much for everyone who's tuning in. Remember to share the video. Thanks so much for the people that have been commenting and being part of it. Really appreciate it. And I do want to end the show with a dad joke. So a mushroom walks into an ice cream shop. And the shop owner says, "Oh, I'm sorry, no mushrooms allowed." And the mushroom goes, "Why? I'm a fun guy." Because he grows on you. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you.